Oh, I'm
Me happy boy.
What are you afraid of? If you don't
Me
have the
Chinese.
courage to get rich,
Make a lot of money.
deserve to be poor. Join
You stole my heart, you intercepted it. Now you're gone, have to accept it. Did I meet your mom too soon? Or did I do what I always do? Yeah, we made it to the 50, and then you kissed me. We made it to the 40, a new love story. We made it to the 30, and you did me dirty right then. You put the end in tight end, and as I touched down, just like you in a game, I'm in another town, and nothing feels the same. Wish I could go back when we met that day. Oh, whoa, and throw a flag on the play.
German sips with a grin so wide. Pogs on the table can't hide his pride. Creator in the corner starts to glare. Madness sparks and hate fills the air. Stack 'em high, a tower of luck. Germans winning, it feels like pluck. Alice Matt's fury, a brewing storm. Visions of pogs in every form. Pogs are spinning, tables turning. Alice Matt's eyes with fierce fire burning. Germans' laughter echoes loud in a world that's pog-bound proud. Matt sees and he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. And he's mad insane. Eyes on fire, can't take the strain. Pogs and pieces drive him to pain. His patience snapping like an old chain. Du wirst nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Du wirst nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Alas, my fumes can't take no more. Pogs and slammers hit the floor. It's not about the game you see, it's about what fun could be. Du wirst nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Du wirst nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Du wirst nie gewinnen, Entenmann. Du wirst nie gewinnen, Entenmann.
I need somebody to let Andy Contreras know that the stream has started. So send him the notification that the stream has started. Please let him know because I don't know where he's at, and he could be somewhere that's indoctrinating him and brainwashing him and MK Ultra him. So please bring him back to the fold. And if you're watching, come back. We're live now, so that's that. But otherwise, thanks for that one comment. Hopefully, you'll get more comments in a bit. Kirk Fashy is testing. I don't know what he's testing for, but the words are there, so I guess that part of the test is successful. Einbrecht says the stream got really Middle Eastern. What part? Are we talking about the part with the Spider-Man by the Spider Girl? That's not really Middle Eastern at all. I don't know what part of the Middle East that does that. I don't. Maybe Dubai. No, not even Dubai. No, and of course colors with her violence, table of violence. I think she does. Model HCC is here. He's hail. Welcome to the stream, Richie Duke. Oh, I got my very guinea pig. Where? That made no sense. I don't know. I don't know. And what is this? Not Valley. What's this? Oh, not Valley. Oh, not Valley. Okay, I think I know. But he puts an emoji, so now you're not Valley. How about that? How about you are not Valley? Just for that, you're not Valley. Not. Colors is writing the no word in the chat, so she's not getting highlighted because I'm not highlighting those letters. Colors, that no word doesn't belong in the chat. We are a community of love and observance and openness and acceptance. You don't get to come here and disrupt that. We are strong and united against your terrorism. Every day, all day, every day. Mugen One says I'm the D word of culture. I can't say the word, Mugen One. You know the rules. I can't say the word. It's just not gonna. Wait, why do you people insist on putting sugar on sugar on sugar? I don't know. I don't eat sugar on sugar. Some people do. What can I tell you? It's a thing. It's a thing, and that's why the diabetes rate is rising in that culture. I don't know. What can I tell you? I just run a YouTube show and just talk to people and highlight words on the screen because reasons I don't know. Who's Alice Matt? There's no Alice Matt in the chat, Oxford. There's nothing. I mean Great Sage. There's no Alice Matt. I don't see an Alice Matt there. But I do see Mugen One is hailing. That's me. That's my name, I think, on this parts of the world, I guess. Suppose anyway. Is that your food on your shirt? There's not. What do you see? Food. What is it? Color. See, this is what I'm talking about. You see that I'm saying hi to people, right? I'm saying hi to the chat. I'm connecting with the chat. I'm talking to the people who are here watching the stream. Ready to talk about an artist, his contribution to comics, and you want to divert. You want to guide. No. You want to redirect the conversation. You want to change things. You want to, you want to do your thing and just go off on a tangent on something completely unrelated to the conversation that's healthy for the community because you want it all about yourself. Don't think I don't see what you're doing. Yeah. Okay. It's. I bet that was great typing it up, right? Colors. You feel so good typing that up. I know you do. You absolutely feel great, right? You feel wonderful, don't you? Absolutely amazing, right? Every time, right? All the time. You're such an adult. What an adult you are. I mean, when you're not flipping tables or typing horrendous crap like you just did in the chat. Such a horrendous person you are. For no reason. No. Oh, we have Tech Zombie in the chat. He says, you need to shave your headache. I did, though. I shaved it this morning. What are you talking about? If I shave it anymore, it'll be a skull. And I don't want my skull to be exposed. It wouldn't be a good look for YouTube. So I can't do that. Oh wait, we already got a super chat, and I haven't even played the main theme yet. But it's from Einbrecht, a $5 Canadian super chat. So probably like what $3.50. Well, I'll take it. It's fine. He says, "D word." Oh, I can't say D word. I have to say the actual word when I get paid. So you guys pay me, I have to say the actual word. That's them the rules. So it's a bunch of duck emojis. Chat is a big bundle of quaggers. Well, there you go. Thanks for the Canadian $5. KSS says I'm a jerk. For what? I haven't even started the stream yet, and you're already calling me jerks. By the way, prepare for your close-up. I'm doing the Wikipedia video this weekend, but I'm also doing a reply to John Talks' EFAP yesterday, so you're gonna want to check that out. And I got a little something to say about Dan Lawless too, but I'll leave it at that. But anyway, I think I'm caught up with the chat. I think so. So let me go ahead and play the intro, the main intro. And oh wait, this is my way of getting out typing happy birthday 150 times. Fair. That's fair. That is absolutely fair. The Zinger, he says, so amigo, sorry I'm late. By the way, I want to apologize to Laza for tagging you in X. I was testing my art skills, my drawing with pencils for eyes for my art style. Uh, yeah, it's. I mean, yeah, I will say that any new creator or anybody in the space that wants to get eyes on a project, don't do like a mass tagging. If you want to get eyes on a project, if you're going to do it on X, I would suggest engaging with people on other topics and get them to trust you. And then if you're in a DM group, obviously you share your stuff in a DM group, and then they can share it that way. But that's all I suggest. I get quite a few people tagging me in group tags or whatever just to share their stuff. And the worst part is when somebody gets tagged, they share the post with a tag, not the actual post that they're supposed to share. It's like the silliest thing, It's like someone say, "Yeah, fuck you, here, there's your retweet," and like they retweet only the post of tags, not the actual thing they're meant to retweet. So it's pretty, This is where all the jerks hang out. Apparently, so bad, I'm attracting all the jerks, and they hate me, and they getting ready to chuck their spears at me every day. So they come here, vent their anger at me, and expose their racism. It is what it is. Story time with friends. He says preemptively bullying Lasman is like a good call. Well, that's the thing. It's all preemptive bullying because they don't want me to talk because they're afraid. This chat's afraid of what I can speak, the things I can bring to life with my words. They're afraid of that. The power that I have. But speaking of power, I learned a trick today. I go to every month at the end of every month I go to a networking event for my day job, and I learned a trick. So I don't know if I should share it on stream, but actually it's probably better I share it with actual people. But if you see me, I'll share it with you. If not, then it means I don't like you. But you guys probably bring spears, so it's fine. Anyway, let me go ahead and play the theme, and then we'll get on with the show.
Deep in the inky graveyard, dark as the night, there among forgotten pencils, a duck takes flight. Alice not the history duck tells us forgotten tales about creators long lost in a cabinet frail. He's been putting in a mile of research. He quacked up every flock perch. This Irishman aggressively knows his stuff. He's here to share the truth without a bluff. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Penter, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. Alice Mack, duck of the Indies, Malin's favorite theft. He knowledge of comics far off the old rap. He swims out of the lanes to find hidden bayous, strange creators, and obscure Adult-New. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Penter, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. So hang with the quackers deep in the comic graves. See Alice Matt's treasures, the sort that he craves. Do you know about these guys and do you care? A Duck Lord is willing and he's got plenty to share. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Penter, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. Alice Matt should be quack-gratulated. Do not mallard shun. He's busy peeking into the facts. Don't wig in him while he's hunting for snacks. For snacks. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Penter, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay. Alice Mack to be quack-gratulated. Do not mallard shun. He's busy peeking into the facts. Don't wig in him while he's hunting for snacks. Duckman, oh Duckman, extolling the dead. Duckman, oh Duckman, what's got in your head? Simmons, Emerson, Penter, and Ray, ancient artists surviving off of vodka and Bengay.
That was from the late and great, what's his name? Berkman. Yes, Berkman did that. Haven't heard from Berkman in a minute. I haven't seen him in the chats recently. So is he DED? Can someone confirm if Berkman's DED? I don't know. But I see another Canadian. Oh no, this is not Canadian. This is actually $5 US dollars from I'm in prime of the fact circle. How's it going? For $5, he says, Ethan is big mad. Isom has a cameo in Common America. Also, Vicky called you a Lazarus, and your peanut head is very Duggar and Quagger. I know. I guess I'm disliked by the right people. That's the way I see it. The right people dislike me, so I'm good with that. So that's perfectly fine. Thank you for the $5. So, let's see. I have to skip a lot of the chat because you guys are active in the chat. You know what I find? Besides the fact that Will Red is gay, you know what I find? I find that this stream, like the Thursday Indie Comic Outlier streams, get more viewers than the Monday Monster Moratorium streams. But I mean, I get like 10, 12 live people watching those streams. Just I guess considering okay, but the Thursday ones they get like 20 and over live viewers, which is for a comic related stream is not bad, especially for a channel like mine. It's still kind of small, so I'm impressed by that. That is impressive. I do want to give a shout out to all using the chat and the lurkers, because there are lurkers. I do have lurkers, confirmed lurkers, who are watching. Thank you for that. Thank you for helping boost these streams. I think there's a lot. The more I'm seeing behavior on X, the more I see the conversations that's happening or the red herrings, the straw man arguments regarding comics, art in the indie space, and what is acceptable and what isn't. The more I see it, the more I'm like, yeah, this is why these streams happen, because there is a level of ignorance about indie comic history. And if we don't share that and talk about it, those lessons get deleted from memory. And in its place is going to be a new narrative that is inconsistent with actual history and precedence. So for that reason, though, I'll keep doing these Thursday streams, which get more viewers than my Monday streams. Emega Art, I haven't seen this person in a minute. Emega, ¿cómo estás? How are you? Hey there. Yes, right. What's up? What's up? Glad to see you there. Let's see. Okay, just catching up on the chat. I want to make sure I don't miss any super chats. By the way, okay, and I should put a graphic on here, but I'm going to do this. So anybody that super chats me $5, I will get you. Actually, I'm in prime of the fact circle. Sent me $5. So anyone that sends me a $5 super chat, you'll get a PDF of my first Pumpkin War Patch comic. So you'll get that. A $10 PDF will get you Street Champion Rodori Drake. Or if you have that, I can send you Beast Citizen Rodori Drake. A $20 super chat will get you both graphic novels. And anything above that will get you the 2 graphic novels and the Pumpkin War Patch issue 1, which I hear, by the way, is all the rage right now in Comicsgate. Or rather, not the rage, because Special Olympians don't understand the beauty of indie comics is various styles, lots of styles, experimentation, things like that. Apparently, all that's anathema in this space, and we're going to get into it when we talk about our outlier today. Because I was looking at his art, and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of. It's out there. I mean, he's a satirist. He did a lot of parody comics, and he got a lot of eyes because of that. But as we'll talk in a bit, he did get into classes with one of his editors because of it. So let's see. Yeah, the right people hate me. The way I see it, the people that hate me are on opposite sides of the same coin. There's narcissists all around. There's very little people that don't know how to say, I'm wrong, or I see your point. This is something that I'm learning for myself as well. I'm learning it for myself. So I don't want to be one of these guys that's like arrogant and narcissistic. I have to take a step back on my own behavior. But I see a lot of narcissism, both sides of the same coin. But it isn't going to be for me to just keep doing this for long either. Like, there's going to be a point where I move forward in my video editing and comic stuff. So all that's going on right now, it's for a time. And eventually there's going to be a next step for me. And all this will be left behind in this chapter. And the next chapter will be an advancement of what I'm doing now. So what I'm saying is, get me what you can. Excuse me. I don't have my drink here. So Since I'm gonna be watching this with a hoarse throat. I said the word horse. Yeah. So yes. Oh, Carnosaur. Yeah. Eventually, I'll get to Carnosaur 1. I think I'll do that one day on the Monday Monster Moratorium. I don't remember Carnosaur 2. I think I remember Carnosaur 2, barely, but let's see. Okay, I am behind in the chat a little bit, so I'm gonna just fast forward a bit. Can you stop with the 1992 space movie colors? We're not that stream. We are what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for? I don't even know what the word anymore. So you got me all upset. I forgot the word. So, oh no, we're progressive. That's right. We're progressive here. Okay, we don't do that here. We're progressive. Those of you that are watching this, do not go to Google and for Allah's sake, do not type in the 1992 space movie. Don't do it. For Allah's sake, don't do it. We're observant here and we're progressive here. So don't do it. Oh, is there Michael Bancroft? Yeah, here is. He says the Q word. Damn it, even he's seen the Q word. I get no respect. I get no clout. It's just anyway. It is what it is, right? What is your view on friendly boxing matches against fellow comic creators? Why do I feel like you're antagonizing something here? Why do I feel like you're doing that? I don't get it. Why do I feel like that is code for something? Oz Great Sage. Is that different? Notice no, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Well, you guys gotta get your lenses checked. Obviously, like I'm in the same space, so I don't know what you're talking about. We don't know what you're talking about. Baz says, I like all styles of art. Detailed illustrations to primitive outside art. Oh, tonight's guy that we're doing, exceptionally primitive. Like this is very primitive, and the stuff that I'm reading is like, yeah, this is why we do the streams. But he was very influential. This guy was very influential. But to be frank, if he did this art style here in Comicsgate or in the space, they would tell him his art is shit. They would say, oh, your proportions are off. They would say this stuff, which is how dumb a lot of these people are in this space. They're absolutely dumb and ignorant. Because if this is the mentality that would existed in the 60s and 70s and 80s, a lot of the comics that we would know and be familiar with wouldn't even get off the ground because they wouldn't be allowed. So this is why it has to get called out. And this is why we spotlight these famous artists who don't draw conventional styles, because it isn't always about how neat your art looks. It's about the story you're telling with the art. That's what comics is. So I am Guy. I am. Okay? You're in the band zone. I may move on, but you will always be in the band zone. You are always going to be stuck in Boniche lifestyle. That's you. So let's see. Okay, back to the chat. I can't believe I let that affect me. Bastards. Lasma got called out by Masters and John Talk for his art. Response? I quote tweeted Dick Masterson. I quote tweeted him, and I let him have it. So let's see if he says anything. And John Talk. Oh, that response is coming tomorrow. I'm already preparing a video for that, so it'll come. It'll come. But again, people are now, the right people are now starting to come after me, and they're doing the things I expected them to do. But it isn't for me to react. It's for me to just continue on and expose the stuff that has plagued this space and has destroyed what should have been a healthy comic book movement. So I'm okay with doing that. I'm okay with getting all the darts and all the spears that they're chucking at me. So, you know, but it's always good to be consistent. It above all else, be consistent. Nobody can, even if here's my thing. If you're consistent about something, even if I disagree with you, I can respect that. I can respect that. But if you're going to be inconsistent, then you're, in my opinion, you're a brown noser, and that's my issue, is consistency. Elasma is the Peanut Piper of indie comic outliers. I can't tell if it's an insult or a compliment. I can't tell. I'm screwed with that. So I got to think about that right now. I got to rethink about that. John Donald. John Donald's here, guys. Let's mock him. He's in the mock zone, so we get to laugh and mock at him. So send your emojis at him and mock him. Mock John Donald because he deserves it. Mock him really good. Mock him really hard. There we go. Totally. Okay. I had to skip a lot of your chat because I am behind now, and I need to get to our Oh, Master Panda, what's good? By the way, your book's going out this weekend, Master Panda. I got it. Actually, where is it? I put it over there, but I boxed it. So it's going out. So I got you. So you're gonna I'm hoping to get it out. Not hoping, I am. I'm gonna get it out to you this weekend. Friday, tomorrow. Because Saturday I'm going to a convention. I got a convention in New Jersey that I'm going to. I have a table set up and everything. So I'll be doing a Jersey con somewhere out there in Jersey. So tomorrow I'm sending out books. Your book is going out tomorrow. So I am excited to send it to you because you've been here for a long time. I totally appreciate you being here and I appreciate what you've done for your participation. So I am anxious to get your book out and hearing your thoughts on this. So I got you. Okay. And I think so when I did my crowdfunder, the crowdfunder.com for Be Citizen, I had only a few backers for that one. But with me sending out Master Panda's book, that all the orders on that are completely fulfilled. So I'm happy about that. I'm still doing the Indiegogo, but no, the Indiegogo, the Kickstarter is fulfilled for all the local orders. I think I have one person that's going out tomorrow for his Kickstarter. Once he goes out, all the national Kickstarter orders are fulfilled. I just got to do the international orders for that. I'm doing all the local orders first for everything up until the current for my comic campaign. So once I get to that, I'm going to put a pause on that to go back and start doing the international orders for the first from my comic, for the Indiegogo, for the Kickstarter. So once I do I'm going to do like one or two of each of those and then I, start slowly fulfilling the current from my comic orders as well. So fulfillment is going on smoothly. Books are going out and I'm excited about it. So ask any questions you have about it. I'm going to be an open book. Don't worry about me ghosting you. If you have a question, don't worry about me ghosting you. I'm not going to do that crap. I hate that creators are doing that in this space. They're ghosting their backers and not answering, what's going on with my book. How far along is it? I will not ghost my backers. So feel free to ask me any questions and what have you. So, Henry Beeman says, act, my friend. Storytime says, looking at Elasma as long as he's drunk with the crayon and not eating it, we consider that a win. Whatever I can do to encourage the win, whatever. I don't care. If it's me not eating crayons, I'll accept it. I'll allow it. So let's see here. Okay. Yep. Looking forward to it as a massive panel. Awesome. Looking forward to it. Okay. I'm not caught up. I don't eat crayons. And I can guarantee I don't eat crayons. You could do a blood test. I will allow my brains to be a test subject. So there you go. Okay. No, John Donald, you can't be talking. John Donald, don't be talking to people, especially Tim Olson. Tim Olson's on issue number 4 of Melvin. You can't be talking to Tim Olson, John Donald. You're banned from talking to Tim Olson. You're mocked. We mock you. You have to be mocked and stay mocked. That's the way it works. So there you go. Lady Shadowban, she's back. My beautiful Lady Shadowban is back from being sick. So she says, hail Hazmat. So hail to the chat, she says. My beautiful Lady Shadowban. Okay, I have to skip a few chats, so there we go. Okay, I think I'm caught up. Let me open up my folder for our outlier today. Let's see. Let me go ahead and open up. Let's see. Name. There we go. Okay. I'm going to have to enlarge some of these photos because they were tiny when I saved them, but not tiny. They were just smaller than they should be. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Okay. See, it's a little tiny, so I can enlarge it. So this is a comic strip by Jean-Marc Reiser. Okay, he was one of the French artists at the time. We've been doing a lot of the Franco-Belgian comic artists the last few weeks. So he's deep in that scene as well. Let me put my mic closer to me to minimize the background noise. Okay, here we go. All right. Okay. So he's very active during the 60s and 70s. That was his thing. And he published a lot of cartoons. His thing was mostly comic strips like this. And there were some that were collected in volumes. We'll get into that in a bit. But he started out in the Gazette de Nectar, which I guess means the Nectar Gazette. And that was a company magazine out of the Nicholas Winery, which I'm like, okay, so even wineries were doing comic magazines. But that's where he got his start. And I think that was 1969, I believe, is where we got to start. But the Hara Kitty magazine that we talked about here and on the streams, which we've been talking about the last few weeks because of the artists we spotlighted, Reiser got to start there. Actually, the launch of Hara Kitties where he debuted along with the magazine, and his work was appearing monthly in the Hara Kitty. And then when in 1969, when that magazine actually no, hold on. Yeah, so when there was the Hara Kitty Hebdo, which spun off the Hara Kitty magazine, his work got started publishing weekly. So he was doing the monthly stuff with Hara Kitty, and then the weekly stuff with the Hara Kitty Hebdo magazine. And then he did a comic that had only one issue called Amsterdam. Okay, let me not go too far ahead, but that's one of his strips right there. You're gonna see how crude his stuff is. And I can't believe I can do that. That's awesome. I see my mouse in this. That's weird. My mouse is in the that's insane. Colin says hello. Hello, Colin. Welcome here. Welcome here, Colin. Thanks for showing. Wilbert says the artwork is better than mine. I will allow it. He is French, so I guess I should allow it. So there we go. So Edwin says artists who also did sculpting or some athletic activity seem to have better understanding of three-dimensional space and movement. Well, yeah, because you're doing 3D work, so absolutely. So yeah, I used to do sculpting in college. I had a sculpted head of Road Warrior Drake from back in the day when I was in college, and I had that thing for close to 10 years. I don't know what happened to it. Got lost in time. I wish I had it so I can show you that, so you give you an exact idea of how it looked when I was sculpting Road Warrior Drake's face. So every time you say John Donald, I think John Dillon. Well, this is JD Kirby, so he's John Donald, but you are in the band zone, so your Banish is kind of screwing with you. But I have a guest in the back, and I'm gonna give him this is his favorite intro.
You know what they say, nobody gives a hummer like a gummer.
Hello.
You should work on your intro craft.
No, that is the best intro.
No, it's disgusting.
That's why I love it, because it grosses you out.
If that old woman would have less hair on her head, that would be a remind of someone.
Oh gosh. Oh no, don't. Oh, stop it. We are a family stream. Stop it, Allah damn it. Stop it.
Think about those varicose veins.
Anyway, Bass says, I like the looseness. He's talking about the art. I hope you talk about the artwork here, okay? Because this conversation just went left field right now. Oh, God. Anyway, yes, he likes the looseness, Bass does. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of this with his artwork. There's definitely some form here. But yeah, this is crude at best. But we have a fan so far from Bass. Guy says, Banish is better than... you know what? I don't care what you think, because your opinion doesn't matter, Guy. Doesn't matter. By the way, Guy, your book's going out this weekend too, because you gave me the address wrong last time. Well, Manos is a helmet show.
Michael Bancroft doesn't like the intro either. He told me that in German in the chat.
Wait. What? Hold on. Let me. Did I miss it? Oh, let me see. Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh.
He said the intro is the shits.
Your videos of horny old ladies disturb me. Well, that means I've inspired a feeling of you, so therefore I'm inspiring. There you go. So I like it. I'm all for it. Einbrecht says Helmut.
Hail Einbrecht.
Yes.
Also, I know somebody who likes that intro, LS Matt. You should invite Spirit Scar.
Oh gosh, no. Okay, moving on. Here's another example of Reiser's artwork. This one taking place in the rain. Now I can't translate this because I don't speak French, so I don't know what he's saying. I know that the first panel, that person's saying "Hello, puppy," right? Hello, pappy. Yeah, that's it. I guess that's a dog. Okay, cool. If anybody in the chat who speaks French can translate this, that'd be amazing. That'd be great. So feel free to do that. Massive Panda said, "This is another art style that reminds me of that Muzzy look. I dig the looseness and simplicity as well." Ah, yes, Muzzy. We had that mentioned I think last week, but you remember Muzzy, Helmut?
Oof. You ask too much of me.
Okay,
I'm retarded.
So Muzzy. Okay, so I'll give you a little history. Muzzy was an animated cartoon from like the 80s or 70s, I think, and it was done by the Brits. And it was done. It's about an alien from space who comes down to Earth, and he's doing some things, and there's like a whole subplot featuring a love story between a couple, you have the traditional bad guy trying to steal the girl. So it's a cartoon, and it's an animated cartoon movie that was done specifically to help immigrants going into Britain learn English. It was so effective in teaching immigrants how to speak English that it was translated in many different languages.
Oh,
And I
that one. Okay. Now I know what you mean.
Yeah, I remember what I bought back in the late 2000s. There was a package that were advertising on TV, so I bought the Muzzy package. I had the stuffed Muzzy doll, the movie in various languages, and a book that came with it. It was actually pretty cool, and I showed it to my son quite a few times, but he never really got a chance to learn it. Things kind of stepped in the way of that, but it was fun. It was actually a fun cartoon movie to watch. I say cartoon movie to piss off people, but it was a fun cartoon movie to watch, and I can see how effective it was in teaching people certain languages. So that was this. So if you guys have a chance, check out Muzzy. I think you can see Muzzy on YouTube. Check it out, and you'll see what we're talking about when we talk about the looseness of the art style.
The art here reminds me, by the way, of a German comic artist.
It's funny because as I found out later on, this artist actually inspired lots of people around the world. It's insane, but he inspired lots of people. This is true. Mood of Hell, is Geese telling the truth here?
No, Brian sent me a lot of disgusting stuff, but not that.
I won't ask. Yes, I won't ask. I think Kirk is speaking. Is that French? See, Kirk, we're trying to get people to translate from the French, not to the French. So if you're just typing to the French, then it's defeating the purpose of us trying to expand our learning and growth. So
that sounds like Kirk is in need of female companionship, if I translated that the right way.
Yes. And I should be coming in clear. So I think I'm getting. He says, "Huh, speak louder. The rest is hard to make out." I don't know what that means. Wait, is that what he's saying? Is that what Jay? Why are you people communicating in the chat in different languages and not including me? You can't do that. You can't be going off in your own little sphere and discussing amongst each other in different languages and cryptic messages. That's against the law here. You need to stop it. We're supposed to be focusing on me and my co-host, Mood of Hell. Co-host.
You want me to translate that?
Can you?
Yeah, he says that intro sucks, but the outro is very good.
Okay. The more you guys say it sucks, the more I'm going to play it. So keep it up.
Yeah. J.A.V. Styler has in the chat said something about the German artist this art reminds me of.
This right here?
Yes.
Down there looks like the clogged toilet scene in Werner.
And I know
Werner?
exactly what he's talking about. Werner is the comic from Brazil. Or how you call him, Procell.
Oh, Procell, yes. Oh, okay, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about, yes. Right. Well, you're going to see, apparently, this guy, because they were, when I was reading about him, they listed a bunch of names of artists that were influenced by him. I'm like, wow, this guy really was influential. It goes to show you that you can have crude artwork and still be influential. It's amazing, isn't it? It's it's almost like you got to be open about what stories are being told in the comic world, because if not, you're going to miss out on some good stories and some sharp humor and satire. Einbrecht says, testify would approve of that answer, alas, Mance. I don't know what answer he's talking about, but I'll accept it. Sure. There we go. Okay. So let's continue on now. So this right here, this was a comic book that he did. This was the only issue of a comic book he did called Amsterdam Graham. Amsterdam Graham. This is a page from it right here. Okay. You can see the crudeness at work. Very, very thin line art. Here's another page from that book. Yes, only one issue. He only did one issue of it. Oh wait, I have a request for a close up as we look at that. KSS says, Alasman, I've recently been informed of some allegedly interesting peculiarities regarding Wikipedia. Can you please elaborate upon this? Thanks. I'm ready for my close up now, Mr. Alasman. Close up gotten, close up received, and close up exposed. Thank you, KSS, who is for a little while not Kissy. So we appreciate that. So this was a comic book that he did. It's only one issue. He only did one issue of this comic book. And it was for Editions to Square. That was like I think the publisher that was one that was putting the book out. Around this time, he was also working for Pelote magazine, and we talked about Pelote before. But Reiser had some clashes with the editors of Pelote. Apparently, they didn't like because they were doing, I guess, more family-friendly style comic art. So his style was crude and it tackled mature themes. So they were like, they didn't like his art style. Like, the reality, they didn't like his art style. Think about this. So they didn't like his art style, so they said, no, we don't want you drawing. We don't want you doing this. So they had him write stories for other artists in the magazine. And he was there for about 1972, and then he left. He's like, I can't do this because too many clashes. He's had people telling him his art style wasn't good. And he said, you know what, go pound sand. I'm going to do my own thing somewhere else. So that's what happened. So it was interesting that he had this habit. And I'm sure he wasn't the only artist that was being told by editors or publishers or whomever, hey guy, your artwork sucks. We ain't going to publish you. And he was like, I'm not going to be here then. I'll go somewhere else. He went somewhere else and he influenced, I'm going to read the names too at towards the end, but he influenced a lot of artists around the world, this guy. So go figure. But he went from Pelote to Charlie Hebdo, the famous Charlie Hebdo, which is where the infamous the infamous 2015 Muslim attack happened. We've read about a couple of the artists that were unfortunately killed in that attack, but Reiser was not one of them, thankfully. But Reiser is the. Let me show another piece of art before I go on this tangent here. Here we go. This is a piece of artwork here. Reiser is the epitome of substance over style. No one will look at his artwork and say, "Oh, it's inspiring," or although it was because it influenced a lot of artists. But no one's gonna look at his stuff and say, "Hey, I want to be like that guy," or they're gonna say, "Oh, it's beautiful," or "It's great art." They're not gonna say that. But when you look at what he's actually saying in the drawings he did and the story he's telling, blended together with the writing, the artwork is fun. Lots of fun. And this is exactly why the underground comics succeeded, because there was no pretense to, oh, it's gotta look good, it's gotta look great. Now, obviously they tried their best. I mean, they had a lot of comic artists really prided themselves on their art, and there was a lot of good art that came out of these movements, but it wasn't always about how good the art looked. It was about what did the art do to service the story. And Reiser is a perfect example of the need to tell us a good and fun story, or in his case, good and fun punchlines that help the art service. So I have a copy of Hebdo, says Michael Bancroft. I wish, they were publishing Hebdo here in the States. I don't know if they still do, but they were publishing it for a while. So anyway, let's move on here. That's another piece of artwork by Reiser. Sharp humor. As y'all in the chat are typing foreign languages, this is, guys, I don't want the FBI coming and monitoring me because you guys are type English, because I keep the feds off my back. Like what is this? Like what are you talking about? What is this, Oz Great Sage? What the hell is this? Gee, you're supposed to ignore Gee. Gee's in the band zone. Don't listen to Gee. You too, Tim? Are you serious? Really, Tim Olsen? Really? Holy crap! What the hell's wrong with you people? Stop typing these weird languages in my chat.
They don't say bad things about you in German. It's all in love.
I don't know. I don't believe that, mood of hell. I don't believe that.
Also, why are those guys all of a sudden speaking German and that really good?
I don't know. Like, you don't see the problem with that? I guess you do. Okay, never mind. No, forget I care about anything. Forget that I care. How about that? Forget it. Forget it. Is that okay now? You feel better now? You'll ask me, what is that on the screen? What is that? What is going on with that chick squeezing that dude's ass? Well, so Reiser was a feminist, which is on par with a lot of these artists during a time that were left leaning, or in some cases far left leaning. So he was a feminist, but he wasn't a feminist like like respecting women kind of feminist. It was more about like he believed in women empowerment, but he parodied the women empowerment movement in his strips. So if you're not like a feminist, you watch those strips, like you can get a chuckle out of it because it's kind of true. And there was one example, and we'll get into that example in a bit, but this is a book this is a collection of strips he did, collected into a book called Viva la Femme. So a lot of the stuff got collected and released in volumes. So Viva la Femme is one of them.
Is that what's going on in the Lesmet household?
I don't know what you're talking about, Hal. This is not about me. This is about art and books.
Does Lady Bend grope your ass like that?
No, she's got the nice booty herself. She got the juicy booty. Anyway, Master Panda says, any idea what medium he's using for the colors? Do you think this is watercolor, marker? It's hard for me to tell. I would guess watercolor. Definitely not marker. It definitely has that watercolor look to it. So, I'm back. Not you too. Not you too, Arnold. Arnold, not you too. Speak English. English, motherfucker. Do you speak English? Anyway, Kirk Fashy says, 1990 feminists had Virginia's 2025 feminists have axe wounds. Oh, wait. I think you meant, I think you know what he meant by Virginia. So, yeah. Okay, I will allow that. Sure. I think I butchered it, but I'll allow it. I think that I know what we were talking about. So, but yeah, Viva la Femme. So that was from 1970. This was collected and released in 1978. So this is based on strips that he did before 78, and it was published as a book. So, and if you go on Amazon.com and type in his name, you'll come across a lot of his collective works and books. So, and I think a lot of these are out of print. So whatever's on Amazon now is you get it and it's gone. So if any of this interests you, type in his name on Amazon, grab what you can, because I don't see this being re-released anytime soon. I absolutely would grab him, because as much of a feminist as he was, his stuff was pretty wild. So it wouldn't be seen as politically correct today because people are so sensitive. So yeah, shout out to the true feminists, the ones that know how to laugh at women or women's or something like that. I don't know. So anyway, I just got some information not related to the stream, but it's for one of my videos. I'm doing a video on Wikipedia. You're gonna want to tune in for that because Wikipedia is very interesting stuff had happened in the Wikipedia world. So I'll be doing a video on that. Okay. I recently viewed your this is another close-up. So KSS says, last night, I recently viewed your video covering your back and forth with John Talks over the length of time it takes to do art. Is there any follow-up news? I'm ready for my close-up. Oh yeah, there's a follow-up coming for sure. Absolutely. I'll be working on that either tonight or tomorrow. But there is definitely a follow-up coming. So stay tuned for that. And it actually didn't go the way I thought it would. I actually thought I get more substantive responses. No. But I'll cover that in the video. So stay tuned for that. So there's your close-up. Okay. Stop, Tim. Speak English. What's he saying here?
He says, no, I only followed order in the war.
Wow. Unbelievable.
That's such a German response.
The lady's grabbing what she can. Yes. Absolutely. Now, what is this? Sika Blat?
Bliat, I think that's Russian or Polish.
It looks Russian to me, yeah. That definitely looks Russian. So, anyway. Okay. So, let's go to the next image here. So, this is another book of collections he did. Food d'Amour. Food d'Amour. I think that's translated as crazy love.
That's not safe for work in this, man.
I know that. but I think it's so crudely drawn that it won't get picked up. I doubt it. It is a comedy. So, I will
that is really the kind of humor that you find in Bruesel's books. That's exactly the stuff that you find in the Werner books.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Osgrade says it's spicy and hot. He's gonna rub on that right now. So Osgrade needs some time with a sock, so we'll give him his time so he can collect his thoughts. Another close up.
Don't show that present.
Okay. No. Oh gosh, no. Wait. Last time I was recently informed that you are a lesbian who refuses to what? How is that a close up? Worthy comment, Kizzy. Kizzle. How is that worthy, Kizzle? Kizzle. You know, I had Holstry, Kissy. We were working together. We were collaborating beautifully. So beautifully. But you gotta put this in here and cause a divide in our community. Kizzle! What a disappointment you become, Kissibus. What a big disappointment. Totally. Bad says that's awesome. Oz says he's giving it to her. Max with the rust. Holy crap. Okay, calm down there. Calmeth down. Fascist Kirk says, Guy, no, Guy. Here we go. He says, wow, yes. How do you say balls deep in French? Yeah, how do you say, don't type that, please. Okay. The chat's gonna degenerate. Okay, here we go. Okay, time to move on. So this is a page from the Fool's Crazy Love book. We'll call it Crazy Love. If anybody can translate that, that'd be great. So something about an anniversary. I think she's fondling him too. I think she's fondling him. I think so. It's a weird book, but this is the kind of humor he was doing. This is also from the book. Wait, hold on. I didn't see that part. Never mind. Okay. So it gets really crazy. This is a book called Les Copines, which means girlfriends.
He did a cartoon strip about Prime?
Oh gosh. Oh gosh. No. Yeah, very interesting style, very crude. As you can see, he gets a little bit of I'm gonna have to move this one forward because I think I showed a little too much in the last couple ones, but I'm just showing you examples of what he did. This is what you find on Amazon. This is on Amazon.com. Okay, something a little more safer now. Okay, Janine. This is a book he did called Janine, and in this book, so Janine is about a modern woman. She sleeps with a bunch of guys, has dirty dishes in the sink, only raises her for kids. So it's kind of like a satire on the women empowerment, except it shows the other side of the empowerment stuff, which is a woman that is completely neglectful of her duties as a woman, as a wife and a mother. Well, she's not a wife because she sleeps around, but at least as a mother and a home taker, whatever. There is a sense of empowerment in this, allegedly, in this book.
I have a question. Did French Robert Crumb here meet Doris Sada back in the day?
Maybe the script. I'm so glad you said that. So you're saying there's influence of Crumb and Sada in this. Fascinating. Mucho fascinating. See, we're coming in full circle. Moving in full circle. So, but yeah, this is Janine. You can see that he does a little bit more experimentation with the anatomy and the style, and mind you, this guy was influential, but he'll put that in this space, and people would say, "Oh, his work is shit." They'll say that. They'll say, "Oh, this guy can't draw for shit. This looks like it belongs back in kindergarten." But it's like, no, that's not how this works in the comic industry. It's not how this works at all. Here's a page from the Janine book. I will enlarge this so you guys can see it better. So that's her. That's Janine. These are her kids. You can see, and this is a very how often do you see this in our culture? Les enfants something de célèbre something. So yeah, that's the first panel. Oh, John Donald says, "Oh, John Donald. I don't mean to hurt your feelings, John Donald. Let's mock him, guys. Let's mock John Donald. Ha ha ha. Let's mock him. He deserves mockery." So, Guy, I don't know what y'all are saying, so I have to protect the integrity of the chat because I don't want any coded messages so feds can come and raid my house. It ain't gonna happen. Not my watch. So, the goat with tits looks like dark. Ooh, damn it. Ugh, I disavow. Damn it. Okay. Okay. Anyway, so let me go down to the next couple panels here. There we go. So I'm guessing she's delegating responsibilities. And I don't know, but she's stuck in bed. They're looking at her like they want her to do something and she ain't doing it.
Yeah, she wants the one kid to bring her a coffee, the other kid cigarettes, and the third kid something against the pain medication, something like that.
Ah, okay. Oh, excuse me, I had a long day. Okay, well there you go. See, yeah. And they all went. Yeah, there's that one kid preparing who's got a cup of tea, a pitcher of coffee, on the stove. So, yeah, so it's not really a flattering take on the modern woman. So he was able to throw his digs in there and able to satirize it. So, not a hardcore feminist by any stretch of the imagination. Not a hardcore feminist. Here's another page from the book. And because the style is so crude, like we can probably get away with showing some of the female anatomy because it's just so crude. So crude. But there she is, I think, doing laundry. She's washing bikinis.
No, I think she's in a shop for dessous.
Oh, okay. So she's not. I see. She's going through the attire, and now she's trying out. Okay, yeah, she's trying out the clothing. So it's a very interesting stuff. Very interesting stuff. This Mark Jean Reiser is. So not Kissy, not Paul Reiser, Mark Jean Reiser. Mark Jean Reiser. Please say his name correctly. He was quite good in Aliens. Well, yeah, he wasn't bad in Aliens. He played an unlikable jerk. Was he though? Was he really unlikable? I mean, up until the point where it looked like he was about to sacrifice Ripley, he was kind of likable. Like he had a pretty decent arc up until that point. So I don't know if he was. I wouldn't say it was unlikable. I think the movie tried to force us to not like him. But I guess a lot of people don't like him. So, but I didn't have a problem with his character. But yeah, I guess somehow to get sacrificed to the aliens. So there you go. So, spoiler alert. This is almost as sexy as Lidl's art. I haven't seen Lidl's. I've only seen Lidl's coloring. I haven't seen her drawings, but I know she draws good, but her coloring is outstanding. Kisses, he was an asshole. Maybe to you, he was an asshole. Maybe he needs to be nicer to people. If you're nicer to people, they won't be an asshole to you, Kissy. Because Paul Reiser was not an asshole to me. I was good to him, and therefore he was kind to me. But if he was an asshole to you, Kissy, maybe because you were being mean to him. Tesla! So it's on you. Hold the mirror to yourself, Kissifus. Introspection is lacking in this space. Hell, but there's no introspection in this space.
What?
Nobody wants to hold the mirror to themselves and say, maybe I'm the jerk today. Maybe I'm the a-hole. Maybe I did something wrong, and it's time for me to extend my hand and shake it and say, hey, let's be brothers and let's do the right that was wrong to us before.
When was the last time when you said that you were wrong?
When have I been wrong about anything?
So
this is not about me, with hell. It's not about me. This is about Kissifus not knowing his place. You know this. Yes, Kissifus. You. Because I can call you Kissifus, but I want to be formal to you, so I'm calling you Kissifus. Because that's what it says on your birth certificate, right? Kissifus? So there you go.
I call him Klaus Kissy because he's a big Klaus Kinski fan.
Klaus Kissy. No. I'm going to log and listen before I get into real trouble. There you go. So we're getting Kirk in trouble. So let's continue harder. So Guy says Paul Reiser studied the last match streams to get into the role. See, somewhere in that statement, Mood of Hell, there's an insult because Guy in the band zone, all he speaks is negativity and violence. So I know there's some form of an attack in that statement. Well, I don't got time to study it, but I know it's there, and therefore I hate geeks. So he's in the main zone. There you go. Tim Moses, more German, Tim? Really? Is any of this necessary, Timothy? Really?
Maybe I looked in
Endless
the
respect.
mirror and thought it would be fun to make the life of a POC harder.
So you're not progressive, Tim. Interesting. Very interesting. Now Kisvitz has this to say. He says, I had visions. I was in them. I was looking into a mirror to see a little bit clearer. The rottenness and evil in me. You copied that from Chat GPT, didn't you? You copied that from Chat GPT, Kisvitz. Don't think I don't see the AI in that statement. I see it all the time there. Maz Benz, those old school outliers never shied away from drawing giant bosoms. Giant bosoms and ass to ass. you ever seen Requiem for a Dream? I won't say it, but if you saw Requiem for a Dream, you get the reference. So I'll leave it alone. Guy says he played a douche in Aliens, D word. You don't see it because, oh, you're so mad. You're so offended, Guy. It stuns you, doesn't it? That you people don't hold a mirror to yourselves and see who the real enemy is. Well, I pray for one day for you to open up and see yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I am the jerk, meaning you, and I should change, meaning you, and I could be a better person to people, meaning me. So there you go. See how I worked it out for you? How I spoke for you? You see how that works, Guy? That's all you have to do. That's all anybody in this space has to do. You can be the change. You can be the leader. Wake up one day on the right side of the bed, look out to the window and say, I'm going to be the best version of me ever. I'm going to bless people. I'm going to enhance people. I'm going to grow my community. I'm going to be the greatest in whatever it is I do, in anything that I do, if anything. And you will see what a change that brings to your community, to your people. And it's going to be a beautiful planet of everything and anything. I think I made sense. Anyway, JV Style says, speaking of another Reiser, how about Koenig von Duckling? Koenig von Duckling.
I'm quite surprised that somebody in the chat knows about German musician Rio Reiser.
Well,
where do those guys have their German law? Where did they found that?
well, who is Koenig von Duckling?
No, it's a German song from the 80s called König von Deutschland, which means King of Germany. And the artist's name is Rio Reiser, but he made a joke at your expense and called it Duckland instead of
I don't appreciate it. Now that you said that, I don't appreciate it. So that I will check out the song, but I don't appreciate it. So there we go.
We have a super chat.
I know. I'm about to read it. I'm happy. I got a super chat. I'm official. So $2 Australian money from Osgreat Sage. He says, for Guy, I can't read that. Zuzan, can you read that, Mudavell?
No, for legal reasons, I can't. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the German thing. Holy shit. That's right. I remember you said something. Okay. I'll try to read it then, Osgreat Sage. Okay. It says, Sauerchen Ha Ridges, Reich 88. So whatever I said, I butchered it, and that means we're safe because YouTube won't, the AI bot won't detect what I just said. So, but thank you for the monies. The monies. I like the monies. So, okay. So let me get your thoughts further on this, on Jean-Marc Reiser's artwork.
Yeah, how about you re-show the panel where Prime made love to the horse?
Oh wait, you mean the one? This one here? Oh God, no! Please, it's funny. I downloaded it because I thought it was some kind of satire on farm life, but then I'm like, when I zoom in, I'm like, what the fuck? I would not have shown this if I saw it clear. I was like, oh no, I gotta get out of there. I can't show this. Holy crap! It's like, oh man. I mean, no one said that Jean-Marc Reiser was family friendly. Quite the opposite. He totally wasn't family friendly.
What is it with horses in the comic scene? I don't understand.
I think Prime was onto something. I don't know. What can I tell you?
I heard that a horse is usually a bad omen in the comics industry.
Well, the way I see it, if you want to fuck any animal, it's a bad omen, period. I can't believe we're having this conversation here. Why? Why does this conversation have to happen?
Yeah, but that kind of animal fucks you over, especially with certain comics from the 90s.
Maybe that's what. Okay, maybe that's the scene. Maybe he was being fucked over by an animal, and and Reiser was showing the literal to get to the more metaphorical point. JB says it's like the end of Clerks 2. Did Clerks 2 end with a horse getting fucked? Did I miss something? I didn't see them.
Yeah,
What?
that's yeah,
Oh, it did.
yeah. Mexican horse show in that fast food joint. but with a guy instead of a woman, and
Oh man. Oh boy. Oh gosh. Now I'm never gonna see Clerks 2. Ever.
I
Ed said,
I
Ed
I
said-
have Kevin Smith fatigue. I don't watch Clerks.
I had Kevin Smith fatigue after he butchered Masters of the Universe Revelation. I was like, you know what? Fuck Kevin Smith. Fuck that guy. Not gonna support anything he does again. He's a
No,
charlatan.
it was way before for me when he turned vegan and started to talk a lot of shit.
See, I can ignore when a director talks a lot of shit as long as it's not seeping into the movies he's making. But the problem is that he seeped a lot of his feminism into the Masters of the Universe cartoon, and I was like, yeah, and I was glad I didn't pay to see it. I did not pay to see it. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna pay money to see this shit. I'm gonna find a way to see it for free because if it's piss bad, at least I didn't waste my money. And yeah, it was piss bad. So, yeah, no, that's that guy. Totally butchered that cartoon. So, and I'm glad that it's now forgotten. He did the second season of it, which was Revolution, which was better than Revelation, but the damage had already been done, and there was still some woke shit in Revolution. I was like, yeah, get out of here with that. So, even the stuff that was good, it's like it's marred by the bad stuff in it.
Yeah, let's memory hole He-Man Revelation with the Turtles shit that Seth Rogen did with the fat black April O'Neil.
Stop it. We were doing so good too. We were doing so good.
Hey, it's not my fault that Hollywood does a lot of shit.
They do a lot of shit, yeah. The first clerk, or is it? Okay. Kinsey says the first clerk had unintentional necrophilia with a goomer.
Yeah,
I barely remember the first clerk movie.
it was for the most part pretty boring.
It kind of was. I mean, it was experimental, but like you said, it was kind of boring. The shit happens. There's no real direction. Just shit happens. I mean, it's not as bad as a what is that guy? Who's the guy that directed Gummo and Kids? Who's that guy? Harmony Korine. Yes. Okay. Yeah. At the very least, Kevin Smith is a much better director than Harmony Korine. Harmony Korine's a piece of he's crap. That guy. Anyway, just call my hands. I remember the boys talking about Animal Farm, the prawn, when I was young and innocent. I think that's where. Oh, damn it! Oh, that's awful. I disavow. Stop. I disavow. How dare you say that? Fat Black April O'Neil was Seth Rogen's doing. Yes.
Yes.
And we will memory hold that bitch. I don't care about that. I don't. I have not seen that cartoon, and I never will. First, because I hate the designs of the turtles, and second, yeah, the Fat Black April O'Neil, get out of here with that crap. Bring it back, ginger haired, attractive April O'Neil. That's April O'Neil. Everything else is just anathema. So, used to love his stuff, but Zack and Miri was mediocre in the beginning of his downfall. I think he's talking about Kevin Smith.
Oh, I think that was way before, because have you seen Chasing Amy? That movie is a shit pile of dog shit. And woke, by the way.
Yeah. It was woke before woke was a thing. Yeah, I remember watching it. I'm like, I can see why he was trying to subvert the story that was being told, but I was like, didn't really feel it towards the end. I was like, yeah, I'm good. So yeah.
I also don't like Mallrats, and I think it aged poorly. That movie, the dialogues are so cringe. It's.
Mm-hmm. I've only seen it one time, and people said, "Hey, if you like comic books, you should watch Mallrats." So I'm like, okay, I guess I'll watch Mallrats, and then I saw it, and I was like, okay, I think I enjoyed it when I first watched it, but I haven't seen it since. It was a movie that made me want to watch it over and over again. I just watched it one time, I got it over with, and kind of more or less forgot about it, except for one scene, the scene where he shakes the guy's hand, and if you remember Mallrats, you know what I'm talking about.
With the pretzel, with the chocolate pretzel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, but yeah, it is kind of a forgettable movie. Mallrats was. Now that I think about it, like when it comes to Kevin Smith movies, I can't remember any Kevin Smith movie that I would say was memorable.
I
that I've
think
seen more than once,
Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back is pretty funny.
which I haven't seen. So that's one I haven't seen.
And the rest is mediocre.
And there was that horror movie he did, which I didn't even know he did it. What was that horror movie he did?
Tusk.
Yeah, I didn't know. I had no clue he directed that movie.
And he did that movie to shit on Christians, Red State.
Ah, well then I know not to watch it now. So fuck that guy. So
Okay, now we found out that in your beautiful stream that Kevin Smith always was an overrated piece of shit.
wasn't my fault though.
No, it was a natural progression of our dialogue.
Natural and organic. Exactly. You got it. Well, Tim Wilson's the detractor. He says, "Mara the funny, damn you, German." Oh, he's calling you out. He's calling you out, homo. You got to answer that.
Did you see the sailing ship, Tim?
Well, he says you redeemed yourself, so I guess that was an old comment. So I
okay.
didn't mean to fuck the pirates, Tim. I didn't see that you were trying to heal. So sorry. So continue the healing, please, by all means. Giza's
To mend the fences a bit, Mallrats is not as bad as Chasing Amy.
Interesting comment. What do you guys in the chat think? Is Mallrats better than Chasing Amy or vice versa? What do you think? Anyway, Giza's Red State was shit. I don't remember Red State.
Yeah, it was all about Christian fundamentalism, and it was shitty liberal bullshit talking points.
Oh yeah. So Christian man bad is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Fuck that. F that. Like, yeah, F that left wing propaganda. Master Panda said, it's hard for me to decide whether I like James Allen Bomb Strikes Back better or Dogma.
I guess Dogma was okay.
I haven't seen Dogma, but yeah, I haven't seen either of these two. Kevin Smith's one of those directors I just don't really follow. You know, he's one of those guys that if I come across the movie and I'm being told to watch it, I watch it just to check it out. But I don't actively seek out a Kevin Smith movie because he's not really on my list of directors that I have to go see.
Mm.
He was overrated as Flip in the 90s. Yeah,
Yep.
well, I mean, the 90s was pretty much a void with movies. There was not many good movies that came out in the 90s. Now that I think about it. After 93, after 94, maybe after 95. After 95, it was kind of like barren land after that. So that's where like a lot of the independent movies were kind of thriving a bit. And I think Kevin Smith kind of took advantage of that and was putting out his more famous work during that time. So, Hen says Dogma was good. She liked Dogma. JV Styles says Mallrats is one of the few movies where the director cut is really, really bad, and we could thank the editor in the cutting room for trimming it down. So you know what movie was good in the director's cut version?
Daredevil?
I wanted to chat. What?
Daredevil with Ben Affleck?
Yes. I was gonna say yes. Daredevil in the director's cut is actually a pretty decent movie.
Yeah, and it's a way other movie than the one that was in the cinema.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, like Daredevil is still not the best representation of the character, but the director's cut is far and away better than the theatrical version. So if you have a chance to see the director's cut of Daredevil, go check it out. It actually is not a bad movie. Obviously, the Netflix series was better, but the director's cut of Daredevil was going somewhere, and it's not. Jon Favreau is a good director. Like, he doesn't really do many bad movies. He does quite a few good movies, so he's not a bad director.
I think he handled the source material and not so good in Daredevil.
Not the greatest, but it's better in the director's cut version. But yeah, I think he had his own vision of it, and I don't think that the Daredevil character was really fully explored as a person. Like, there was, I mean, it's Ben Affleck as Daredevil. You can only get so much out of Ben Affleck as Daredevil. So, okay, let me go back to the chat. Einbrecht says Dogma was all right, but the best movies are still Clerks and Mallrats. The others are They're not bad. They're just not as good as I remembered. I get these senses from the chat that like when you revisit a Kevin Smith movie, it isn't as good as you remember it.
No, those movies aged poorly. Trust me, I rewatched them a few years ago, and it isn't worth it.
Yeah, I remember the dialogue in Clerks being a little bit forced too. Like I when I watched it the first time, I was like, it seems like they're trying to force a conversation. Like nobody in real life talks like that when I watch Clerks. Like, I don't know many people that talk the way these people do to each other. It doesn't seem natural.
No, those dialogues are like Saved by the Bell, but if only every actor in it was an asshole.
KSS says, I'm pretty sure that he made Red State because he was going back and forth with the Phelps family daughter. Oh, the Phelps, yes. Reverend Phelps. Holy crap. I think he's dead now. I believe he passed away. I should say Reverend Phelps. Yeah, that guy was kind of a horrid guy. You know, like I don't know if you remember the Phelps family, but if you heard of them.
Are those televangelists or what?
No, so they were like a family that splintered off the independent Baptist movement, and they started their own church. And they were pretty like they were the ones. I gotta be careful how I say it because I'm on YouTube, but they were the ones that hold up street signs on the sidewalk whenever like somebody passed, whenever a gay person passed away, and they're like, God blanks fat, God hates blanks. They were those guys.
Oh, those are hilarious. Pretty funny.
It's insane, but yeah, that's who he's talking about with the Phelps. That's what they were talking about. But
I also want to do that when Einbrecht passes away one day.
I'm gonna do it. When Einbrecht passes away, right? When he passes, I'm gonna hold the sign saying, "God wanted you dead, you fat." I'm gonna do so. Yeah. Anyway, so Osgray says that Daredevil and Electric sucked. Electric sucked. Daredevil. Okay, I'm probably gonna catch you for this. I don't think Daredevil was as bad as it is. It wasn't a good Daredevil movie, but it wasn't terrible. But the theatrical version is definitely better, like 100 times better than the director's cut. I'm sorry, the director's cut is better than the theatrical version of it. So, and I stand by that. You check out the director's cut, and then you guys let me know. But Electra definitely sucked, 100%. Electra's still hot though. Oh yeah, I mean that's not the question. Obviously, she's definitely hot. Jennifer Garner was pretty hot, but
yeah, she was also hot in Alias, but Alias was a shitty series.
People like the Alias, that show. It's I never got into it because I just never got into it. It's just me though. Kevin Smith did middle school offensive humor. He can't do that now, so he went woke and then made worse movies. Yeah. I think that's a good summary of his career. Yes, that's who it is. Westboro Baptist Church. Yeah, that's who they were. So if you look up Westboro Baptist Church, you're gonna find some insane stories about those people. It's insane.
Are those Burks still around?
The church may be around, but I think the father, the head guy, his name is Fred Phelps. I think he's dead. I believe he died. But they have their sermons online, and it's crazy. Those sermons, like it's just like like literally madmen just giving sermons. It's insane, because they were more just about being like I hate to say it like this because I sound woke, so I'm gonna try to be careful. I say he was more fear mongering and more like disdain in what he was preaching. So it kind of turned off a lot of people who, if they had their first exposure to Christianity and they heard Fred Phelps, it's like, I ain't gonna deal with this shit, and they just walk away from the Christian faith. It's like, yeah, he's that guy that will probably turn a lot of middle of the road people away from the faith. So, and that's the other thing too. Like they will show up on dead soldiers' funerals, and that was kind of fucked up. It fucked up either way, but yeah, when a soldier would die, they would show up on during the funeral and it would protest. It was very classless. God killed you because the U.S. supports. Yeah. So classless kind of thing. But let's get back to comic talk. I was great to say that Black Kingpin was the best part of it. Yeah, so that was a case. Talk about Daredevil, Ben Affleck's Daredevil. That was a case where race swapping didn't hurt the casting because um what was his name?
Michael Clark Duncan.
Michael Clark Duncan did play a good Kingpin. He actually looked the part. He actually looked the part really good. He was a good Kingpin. That was pretty good casting.
Yeah, in my honest opinion, he was a better Kingpin than Vincent D'Onofrio.
Fair. Actually, that's fair. I actually I don't disagree with that. I think D'Onofrio looks the part more comic accurately, but I don't think what he's done has anywhere been near as fun as what Michael Clark Duncan has done. So yeah, I think that's fair. Totally fair. I gotta skip a few chats because we're behind. Oh no, now I'm caught up. Here we go. Okay. We are caught up. Okay. Yes, he had the physicality to play Kingpin, and I think that's what sold it. So it worked out well. Very rare case of a race swap working pretty good. With that and Samuel L. Jackson as the
Nick Fury.
Fury, right? So it worked out well. Totally. But yes, we are now caught up in the chat. So overall, what is your opinion on Jean-Marc Reiser?
Yeah, his whole stuff reminds me of the Ivana comics from Brazil, and I grew up with them, so I can't say anything negative about that. That risky stuff is typical for French artists, I think, in general.
Right. Things like this, for example. And mind you, this guy was a feminist, but he was doing stuff like this. So it was
I
different.
think feminism in Europe was a little bit different than in America.
I think so too. I think the way to describe feminism in Europe, and tell me if I'm wrong, guys in the chat, tell me if I'm wrong, but the way I see feminism is it's not so much empowerment as it is liberation from their responsibilities, and they just don't give a fuck kind of thing.
Yeah, and we also don't have nearly as many SJWs in Danger has here than you guys have.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah, the shit came from you. It came from America to Europe.
Oy day. I say oy to that.
Okay, and from that part of the world it came to.
Don't strike us. We didn't say the word. Don't strike us. So, Guy says, RT Bear has an interesting story about Kevin Smith on his channel, to which Kiss says, I know his story, but Smith was married to that woke bitch by that point, too. I don't know what the story is, and there's a lot of context missing. Listen, if you guys are talking in the chat about stuff, bring context. Because if I highlight it, I want to know what's going on. I want context.
Wait, with the woke bitch, does he mean Joey Lauren Adams? Because he was married to her, and I think they have a child together.
Okay, I didn't know that they were married. See, I didn't even know it was about Kim, but I didn't know he was married. So, I mean, he was married, but I didn't know it was Joey Lauren Smith. Joey Lauren Adams, right? Is it Joey Lauren Adams?
I think Joey Lauren Adams, that chick that was topless in Mallrats.
The one that played Chasing Amy?
Yeah, that one.
I didn't even know she was in Mallrats.
Yeah, she was that gal in the changing room, and Jay or Silent Bob fly through the door of that changing room, and you see her topless for a second.
I don't know that. Okay. Yeah, that's how well I remember the movie. I barely remember it. I just know I walked away saying, okay, I enjoyed it, but then I forgot about it. It's like, I probably won't watch it again. But, at least I wasn't bored watching it, so there's that. I don't know. So when I was looking up Jean-Marc Reiser, I don't remember seeing if how he passed away. If he passed away, let me see. Let's find out something. He passed away in 1983. Okay, yeah, he passed away in 83. So right during the beginning of the alternative comic book movement of the 80s, which saw Dave Sim, Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird, a bunch of others, including who else? I don't remember top of my head, but that was the next wave of independent comic artists. who got the cues from the '60s comic artists. But so he started towards the mid to the ending of the underground comics movement, and he passed during the start of the alternative comics movement. So he got to see a little bit of both worlds.
Do
Okay,
you
so
have a
Kansas
list
says,
of?
go
Sorry.
ahead. Well, listen, what?
Do you have a list of artists that he inspired? Because you told
Yes,
that in the
I'm gonna read that
beginning.
in a second. I got that. I'm gonna read that in a second. Kansas says no. He was never married to Jordan Adams. He married Jennifer Schwabach. Who the hell is
That
Jennifer
sounds
Schwabach?
German. Sounds
It does sound.
German. The surname.
It does sound German. Yes, it absolutely. Yeah, it does sound German. I agree with that. It does. 100%.
Or maybe not German and something else with wonky surnames.
Okay, let me read the list of names that he inspired. So in France, he inspired Barry, Cyril Nattel, Frank Margarine, Joan Safar, Didier Tronchet, and Philippe Vuillemin. These are the people in France. In Germany, he inspired Walter Moors and Alia Schwartz. Do these names sound familiar to you?
Yeah, Walter Mörs, I know, and he's still a big thing in Germany. He did Das kleine Arschloch, the little asshole. That's a
Oh,
comic.
okay. Oh,
And
okay.
he did, and he
Yeah.
did a Hitler comic, a funny Hitler comic.
Oh, I should. Do you think he's a good guy to do for this stream? For the Outlier stream?
Yeah, Walter Mörs is a very, very creative guy, and he did a lot of stuff for children also. He did a children cartoon called Captain Blaubeer about a seafaring bear who tells lies, exaggerated stories to his three grandchildren, and it's a kids show in Germany. I grew up with that.
I should make him the next guy we do next week. Because you sound like a lot to tell, so it might be a good one to touch on. Because we did a lot of the Franco-Belgian stuff. Maybe we should go back to Germany. Andy Contreras says, little behind the stream, but back in the day, I only knew Kevin Smith by name and being big in the geek circle, but never found out why. I watched his movie James Silent Bob and was retarded, not gonna lie. Yeah, well, there you go. I can't add to that. That pretty much says it. Never had hates towards him. Never understood why he was on the pedestal. I read one. I guess that's the same reason why Joss Whedon was on the pedestal for a while before his big dramatic fall. I read one book by him and was the worst shit I ever read. I was reading the Kick-Ass series a while back. Kick-Ass by Mark Millar. And let's see. Kevin Smith wrote a Hit Girl issue and was the most garbage thing I read. When I like a story, I try to finish the series and own every book, but I straight up got rid of that issue. Speaking of Hit Girl, like I remember when that movie Kick-Ass came out. I remember when IMDb had the message boards and you could comment on it. That was the best part of each page was the message boards. So I was on the message boards for Kick-Ass, and it was insanely creepy. All the dudes that were talking about Hit Girl and how cool she was, and I'm going, this girl is young enough to be your freaking nieces or your daughters, whatever the case is. Why are you pedestalizing her? Like, why are you talking about like she's the freaking best thing since sliced bread? Have some self-awareness, guy. What's wrong with you? It's like it was creepy as shit. Like, I can't watch this. These are grown men pedestalizing a little fucking girl. Oh, it angers me thinking about that. Sick as shit. I guess it was a good thing they killed off the message boards on IMDb. I don't know. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, and they should kill Reddit too.
What's up? They kill what?
They should kill Reddit too.
Oh, Reddit is a mixed bag. It has some good stuff on it, and then it has some like really woke shit. So, but I guess if Reddit goes, that just means that it's more people that head over to 4chan. Buffy sucked. Whedon's gay, says Oscar Sage. Yeah, Whedon was overrated. Whedon had like he struck gold with the first Avengers movie, but then came the second Avengers movie, and I was like, I know some people like Avengers Age of Ultron. I did not. I didn't think it was bad. I just didn't care. It was a downgrade from the other movies. But yeah, I didn't see the appeal in Whedon after that. I didn't know what you brought to the table. JV says, I saw Klein's Arschloch in the cinema. One of the few VHS tapes I got and downloaded all the songs in Napster. Love that movie. Which movie is that one now?
That's the little asshole from Walter Mörs. And funny
Ah.
story,
Yeah.
the guy who wrote the soundtrack, I
Mhm.
was at 2 concerts from that guy. And that
Well,
guy
yeah.
is responsible for my username, Helmut Kirschken.
We'll talk about it next week. Yes. Now
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
dig into
that's
it.
a
Okay.
long story, but interesting.
Yes. We'll talk about that. Yes, you'll share that next week. I tried watching Buffy. It's awful. I've never seen Buffy except the movie, so I'm okay with it. Base Helmut says Andy Contreras. There you go.
Yeah, based Andy.
Waiting and Sassy talk is unbearable. Kissy says Smith's movies had characters in the comics, Star Wars, and nerd stuff. Because he and his friends were into that, he became the unofficial nerd guy because he liked nerd stuff. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you got a guy in Hollywood who says he's into that stuff. He's a big nerd guy. Then you put him on He-Man and he completely sucks ass. So I'm done believing anybody who says they're a big nerd guy in Hollywood. I don't believe it. I feel like it's a Trojan horse just so they can put their woke shit and subvert the source material and make it garbage. So nuts to that. I'm done. Henry the Stroon is making chicken for dinner. Sounds awesome. It sounds. I really believe it. It sounds awesome. It's a fried chicken, baked chicken. What kind of chicken? Want to know? I do want to know. KSS says he likes Firefly, so he wants people to know that he's gay. So there you go. So he's officially come out of the closet. There you go, Kissy. I accept you. I accept you.
Hey, Firefly was garbage, but Nathan Fillion is a damn good guy gardener.
It's funny you say that because I said to people, if there's one thing about the Superman movie that James Gunn did that is what was very good, it was Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. Like I told people, if you're a Guy Gardner fan, you're gonna like how he's portrayed in the movie. He's actually very, very good, very decent character, very well written character. Like you actually like, oh, he's pretty badass. Like that's not bad. So, there's that one scene where Superman grabs him and Guy Gardner's looking at him, kind of like threatening him or whatever. It's like, oh, he's kind of badass, So they did him good. I was worried that they were going to do him fall badly in the movie, like they were going to make him the example of he'd be the guy that they will subvert. But no, I was surprised how well he was treated. Like, oh, okay, I'm totally with that. That's pretty awesome.
He is kind of a jerk, like in the comics, but he's a capable jerk. Somebody who can put his foot down if it's necessary.
Matt Bennett, I didn't hate Age of Ultron as much as everyone else did. The important thing that unites most of us is that everything after Endgame was pretty much hot garbage. Yeah, I forget everything after Endgame. To me, everything except No Way Home. That was a pretty fun movie. I know there were some problems with the storyline. It was all member berries, but it's still a fun movie to watch. I enjoyed it. But outside of that, the rest of the MCU is crap. Absolute crap. So I wipe it off memory. Completely off memory. Anyone who believes Smith was into He-Man can't math. He was a teenager when Mo 2 came out. That's like if someone asked me if I'm into Power Rangers, I say, no, I'm straight. But wait a second. Okay. A couple problems with that, Kissy. Number one, when He-Man came out, I was 5 years old. So 5 till about 10, I was a He-Man person. So you could be a boy in the 80s and be a fan of He-Man. It's not impossible. That's one of those things that grows with you. It grows up with you as you grow up. So, the reality is that Kevin Smith hated He-Man. He didn't like He-Man. He's on record as saying that he thought He-Man was not a good IP. He's on record as saying that. Like there's a video of him saying that on when the production for Revelation was nearing its premiere. Video of him surfaced when he was in a conference room with a bunch of other people, and he talked about how he didn't like He-Man. He flat out said it, he didn't like He-Man. So you put that guy on Masters of the Universe, and you're wondering why it came out like shit. Kind of like with Roland Emmerich and Dean Devlin, who didn't like the original Godzilla movies, yet you had them direct a blockbuster version of Godzilla, and you wonder why that movie tanked. Here's a key to get your movie successful. If you're going to base it off a comic or a successful IP from somewhere, is get people that actually like the source material. If you're going to put people that don't like the source material, you're going to get shit. And you're going to lose money. I don't know why that's a hard concept for them to follow, but it's a thing. It's really a thing. Henry Thune likes the Venom and Spider-Man movies. So, there you go. I forgot if Venom was after Endgame. It was it started out before Endgame. I think the first 2 movies came out before Endgame, and the last movie came out. Did it come? No. Did all 3 movies came out before Endgame? Right? I don't even think. I didn't watch the Venom movie, so I don't even know. Endgame
I
is
dipped out
overrated.
way before Endgame, so I don't know either.
Okay. Yeah. Endgame is overrated. Infinity War is way better. Endgame could have been at least an hour and a half of that. Endgame could have been edited out. And the time travel story was kind of crap. I didn't like the time travel story. It was like too convoluted. I think the final scene, the third act was fun, and it did help kind of like tie up a lot of stuff. But yeah, it definitely was a downgrade from Infinity War. Objectively, it was a downgrade. So yeah, I don't disagree with that. I like Deadpool. Oh yeah, Deadpool. Although it is part of the MCU, but it really was more of a Fox movie. But it was fun. That was a fun movie. So yeah, so I'll say that Deadpool Wolverine and Spider-Man No Way Home were the 2 best movies done in the last couple phases of the MCU. Everything else is hot garbage. So I will agree to that. The invented time travel was stupid. Yeah, it was a cop out. It really was a cop out. So I totally agree with that. And I remember watching it live, and I was kind of disappointed at how bad it was. Like it was like, oh, this is not the story I expected. It's like, hey, how do we fix this up in the first? Oh, time travel. Like it's like a quick, easy exit. It's like, oh. And then the whole Captain America versus Captain America thing was stupid, totally dumb. It was just, it was dumb. Henry Threws. I was born in 1977 and liked He-Man, not as much as Transformers and G.I. Joe though. And when TNMT started, that was my favorite. Yeah, I remember like watching. I always watched He-Man, so if I had to choose between He-Man and Transformers, I just watched He-Man because I just grew up on He-Man. But over the years, after the Transformers movie, I just watched more and more Transformers on VHS, and I just grew to love that cartoon. And then I discovered the Japanese Transformers series that came out after the 3rd season of the US version. And yeah, I just became a bigger Transformers fan over the years as a result of that. Okay, so
You know what
Recorded-
was really shitty?
what's that?
I talked about that with my best friend yesterday, and I said that was a woke cartoon series in the 90s. Captain Planet and the Planeteers.
Oh, yeah, it's very woke.
That was hot leftist garbage.
What's funny is that when that show came out, and I had no concept of woke or like things like that, but I understood propaganda. And when I knew about that cartoon, I watched it. Like, yeah, this is all propaganda. Like, this is all left wing propaganda. Like, one of the most egregious examples of it was an episode where Wheeler, the main the American guy, has a dream where he's shrunken down to rat size, and he enters into a world of mice. And it was a whole commentary on overpopulation and how nobody should breed more than they should. I was like, oh wow, like they really put that message in a kid's cartoon. Holy crap! Like, oh man, it was like, hey guys, it's okay to get an abortion. I'm like, oh my gosh, they didn't say that, but that's what they were hinting at. It's like, do your part to not overpopulate. Don't overpopulate. Just if you have more kids than you should you should nix that pregnancy. That's the message I got from that episode. I'm like, yeah, this is like, wow.
Yeah,
And
they also kept one about homophobia, and it was a cartoon series about the World Economic Forum and their what they want to do with the world.
Yeah, that was wow. And I did force myself to watch it because I'm like, I tried to convince myself there was some good in the cartoon, like some of the action stuff, but it was just it really was corny. Like I think people who enjoyed the show or have memories of the show, I think it's more nostalgia based. I think they're clouded by nostalgia because I think if you watch the show now, it's like this is kind of silly.
I disliked it pretty hard when I first saw it as a kid. And it was preachy over the top, and I hated that.
Yeah.
I remember I saw that, and it was preachy, and I hated that shit.
Yeah. I didn't hate it, but it was very preachy. I was like, maybe I disliked it because I was like, I wanted to like it, but I'm like, anyway. Andy Contreras says, hot take. I think MCU Spider-Man time. I think MCU Spider-Man films all trash. Tom Holland didn't have problems with casting. I hated the other characters, the story, and how everything came together. I enjoyed Vulture and Mysterio. So this is not a completely hot take because I didn't like the MCU Spider-Man films. I'll say that. I didn't like the contextualizing of the MJ character, his friends. It's like these are all different characters not familiar to the comics. It felt like I was watching a bunch of kids doing shit. And Vulture was cool. Like Michael Keaton as Vulture was pretty cool. Mysterio wasn't bad. I absolutely hated every time that fucking Tom Holland took his mask off. It's like you only see him in the Spider-Man mask for like a few seconds on screen before he takes the damn thing off and we got to see his face. I'm like, that shit annoys the piss out of me. It really annoyed the piss out of me. And like, can we have a Spider-Man film where he doesn't take his mask off? See, that's the thing about like the Amazing Spider-Man movies that I kind of enjoyed or appreciated, I should say, is he doesn't take his mask off as often. Well, maybe he does. Like, there is that scene in the first Amazing Spider-Man movie where he's rescuing that lady on the bus, or the kids in the bus, and they see him coming down to save them, and they're kind of scared, so he takes his mask off. I'm like, oh, he did that there too. So yeah, I guess it's the thing with all the Spider-Man movies up until from the third Spider-Man Raimi film onward is he has to take his mask off every few seconds. It's annoying as hell. I hated that. I hate it. But I respect your take, D-Word. Thank you. Appreciate it. Greetings from Work City, says Mayor of Work City, John Douglas. Hello, John. Welcome. Nice to see you here. For the record, says Mazapan, I definitely agree with you, Oscar Sage. I think Infinity Wars was a superior film. Thor was tolerable in that one, and then you screwed him up in Endgame, and Smart Hulk was lame too. Thor, actually, I found Thor more than tolerable in Infinity War. I thought his story arc was awesome. I think they gave him a lot of respect in Infinity War from the story. It's just once you got to Endgame, they pissed it away. I was like, oh, they fucking cucked Thor. This is stupid. Like I hated Fat Thor. I hated Drunk Thor. I was like, that's so stupid. It really is. Like, why couldn't they just have it where he gets rehabilitated and becomes Mighty God Thor again? That was stupid. Like, that's one of the things that brings Infinity Endgame down is Thor's arc. They did it good in Infinity War and they brought it down in Endgame. So yeah, I agree with that. Okay, I think I'm going to have to call it a stream. It's 9:53. My throat is scratchy. I think we're good.
So Walter Mörs, it is for next week.
Yeah, yes, Walter Morris definitely. I'm definitely gonna do him. So.
And I tell the story how that whole thing is connected to my name.
I'm looking forward. I'm just catching up on the chat, but I'm looking forward to it. So, let me highlight one more comment, and we'll end it on that. I don't like the MCU movies outside of Captain America, Iron Man 1. So Phase 1, which Phase 1 tonally is different from the rest of the Marvel series because Phase 1 was all before Disney took over the MCU. Phase 1 was all Paramount Pictures, except for Incredible Hulk. Incredible Hulk was Universal, but they were loosely tied to the MCU then. But when Paramount had ownership of the MCU, the movies were a lot more darker. They were more mature. There was less quips. Then when Disney took over, every film became quippy after that, with the exception of the Captain America movies. Winter Soldier and Civil War weren't as quippy as the other movies were. But yeah, there was a definite tonal shift from after the first Avengers movie, for sure. So yeah, I don't disagree with that. Any last words, Boot of Hell?
What's
nice?
What do I say? What do you want me to say? Anything
don't
nice?
say
anything evil?
Don't say anything. Don't humor me. Don't humor me at all. We're just partners. Don't say nothing. How about that? Nothing.
Yeah, I really appreciate you having you on my show.
Oh, come on. Goodbye.